I always tell them, we always say we don't sell food, we sell experiences. Which when you try a taco or a vampiro, you really experience what Mexican food is.
Hey there, Omaha. Welcome into another episode of Restaurant Hoppen. I'm your host, Dan Hoppen, and there is a taco truck that parks just off 36th and Q every day, and it's the type of situation where you could drive by every day and never think to stop. But I'm telling you, if you make that drive, you need to start stopping. And if you live on the other side of town, you need to make the drive across town because the food coming out of the Mona food truck is so spectacular. It is absolutely worth stopping for, and I've sent many people there. They all agree with me. So I had to meet the people behind it. I've got Manuel and Juan Gonzalez with me today. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thank you.
It is my pleasure. I want to open it up to you guys just to start off. If anybody's hearing about Mona for the first time, how do you describe your food truck to them?
Mona is a dream from my mom. Her nickname is Mona. So comes from mother. So it's Mona, which is our mother, right? So Mona is just a way to share our food. It's a way to bring our people, our Hispanic community, back to the flavors of our Mexican culture and share that culture with other people that are not Hispanic or Mexican. So that's what I always tell them. We always say we don't sell food, we sell experiences. Which when you try a taco or a vampiro, you really experience what Mexican food is.
Okay, I love that that's how you describe it, and I would love for you to dive deeper into that because a lot of restaurants talk about, creating an experience, but they have, probably, depending on what type of restaurant it is, between 20 minutes to maybe an hour and a half to create that experience and really take a customer into it so it goes beyond the food. On a food truck, you've got maybe 5 minutes of interaction with the customer. So how do you create an experience for them that transports them and helps them experience culture in a new way?
I think the experience starts when you had the first bite.
Yes.
So you really have the flavors in your mouth and you think of Mexico, of our food or our culture. That's the real experience there when you are actually eating it. Either in your car, either at home, or either right out there at the food truck. You're experiencing what we believe is the best of our culture and our food.
What area of Mexico are you guys representing on the truck?
We're from Jalisco.
Okay.
From Jalisco.
And if you could describe that cuisine, how does that differentiate from other pockets of Mexico?
Yeah, so in Jalisco we have it's towards the center of Mexico. We're not in the south, which they have beautiful, great food. Not in the north, which is their food is good, But Jalisco has both of them. It's a mixture of what we have in the south, like in Oaxaca and Chiapas, in Mexico City itself. But then Jalisco has great flavors. In Jalisco, we have a great community of Spanish who came straight to Jalisco. We had Los Altos de Jalisco. We have white people, like literally white people, where you can go there and you can tell, like, am I in the States, So we have a lot of that experience, that culture mixture between our Hispanic roots and our indigenous roots. So that's how our cuisine started. Like birria is very typical in Jalisco.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Jalisco is kind of a melting pot. There's a lot of different influences that are coming into the cuisine, it sounds like.
Yeah. A lot of them. So that's how we brought it up. So when we came to the States, since the beginning, my parents wanted to open something to share, part of our culture, part of what we come from, and finally made it with a food truck.
When did you come to the United States?
We came in 2010.
Okay. And when did the food truck open?
3 years ago.
Okay.
3 years ago, yeah.
Okay. So it took, my math is so good, it took about 13 years
for
that dream to be realized. And I should mention, we're talking about the food truck called Mamona. We've got Mamona sitting right over there. She's the inspiration. She's the one who makes it all happen. Margarita, you said that this was her dream. What was the dream behind creating a restaurant or some type of food concept?
So usually at home, our conversations, my dad's conversation with my mom was like, your food is so good that we need to share it with somebody else. And that was always the conversation at home, right? So it started like, well, we should open something. Yeah, one day, they kept postponing it. And then it came that everything came together and they opened the food truck.
What makes Margarita's food so good? What made you say, we need to share this with the people?
¿Qué hace que la comida de mi mamá sea tan buena que quiere que la compartan con los demás?
Oh, I don't know. This the experiencia de Mamona is so good.
¿Qué hace que sea muy rica la comida?
Pues los, ¿cómo se llama? It's in the attention and the attention from the public and ¿cómo se llama? Los sabores.
The flavors.
The flavors. Yeah. This is the, ¿cómo se llama? Atención y qué más?
Que la
It's service and attention is to the, and the words, it was good. Attention and the flavor. Good.
It's one of those things where Mamona is one of those places where you can set the expectation for someone and try and describe the flavors to them. But when you first bite into that taco, that torta, that tamale, sope, whatever it is, it's just like, whoa, that is not what I was expecting. Even if you've had asada or tenga or whatever protein it is before, that first bite is just like, okay, this is a new level of experience. So has food always been a significant part of you guys' family life? Like going back to even before food truck, restaurant, anything like that was even remotely a thought. Is food just an important part of your family?
Yeah. Mamona cooks every time for any festivity or any birthday. Each one of us have their favorite birthday meals, and she always cooks it for all throughout the year, which is great. And then before Mamona, it was every day different dishes, It's harder now that they have to be in the food truck most of the day, but still she shares a lot of their cuisine with us.
What's your favorite birthday dish?
Tin mole. Mole.
I would do terrible things to have your mole.
We should invite you next time we do it.
I love mole, and given the flavors of everything that I've had at Mamona, I can only imagine how. I mean, it might just break my brain. So maybe it's good that I haven't had it yet.
Yeah.
But that sounds absolutely wonderful. Where did the idea for a food truck come from, and who had it first?
Let me ask, ¿de dónde salió la idea de tener una food truck?
Pues porque, de hecho, desde que llegamos aquí, yo quería vender, hacer nuestro propio negocio, pero en ese tiempo no podíamos porque sus papás de Mamona estaban delicados, estaban mayores. Entonces cuando llega, pues que desgraciadamente fallecieron, ella me dijo que ahora sí lo que quisiéramos pues hacer, o sea, qué negocio queremos hacer, y ya empezamos vendiendo tacos en mi casa a un lado, y pues ya en la familia fue un food truck y fue como se hizo la troca.
Yeah, so he said the idea came since the beginning when we came to the States, but my mom's parents were in Mexico, so she used to go back and forth to take care of them. So after they die, they said, okay, maybe it's time for us to start the food truck, and that's what happened.
So there are obviously a lot of taco trucks in South Omaha. Is there anything that you guys did to try and differentiate or stand out from all the other ones, or is it just, hey, we're just going to make the best food we can and we trust that that's going to bring the people?
Yeah, I think something that differentiates us from other food trucks is that Mamona makes everything from scratch. Like literally, you will see her making all the salsas herself. She has these recipes from our town, from the salsas, the 3 different salsas that we got. She like the chicken. She does the chicken every day. Everything that is sold is made by her, like literally. There is nothing like we store bought. No, it's everything from scratch. I think that creates this home flavor that really people really loved.
You're making everything every day? Are you some kind of superhero, or are there like 3 of you somewhere? Wow. Well, okay, yeah, that's why it tastes so good. So we're talking tortillas, we're talking cutting all the veggies, making all the proteins.
Yeah, the proteins, the veggies. Tortillas hard to homemade out every day.
Sure.
Yeah, but like sopes and huaraches and all that, she makes all that from scratch too.
Holy smokes. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And it's less surprising now that it all tastes so good.
Yeah.
So obviously, operating a food truck is very different than operating a restaurant. It's very different than cooking food at home. What kind of learning did you guys have to go through to figure out what it would take to translate these awesome dishes that your mom can make at home onto a food truck so you can distribute them to the people?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, when the idea started forming, we tried to start coming out with a food truck. Everything was first because of the permits from the city, all those things that you need to go through to have it open, to at least open. It was hard at the beginning. We didn't know anything about it. So we started like asking questions, investigating and stuff. And then when we came out to the site, because I remember when we were ready to open it, the whole family came together to decide the menu, which was pretty cool because we were like storm ideas, like we're going to do this. Well, maybe now, maybe this, So we decided to, it started with a basic menu, but since the beginning to today, it grew up so much because people literally come and ask for more things. Like proteins, we didn't have to have chicharrón and salsa verde, but somebody asked, oh, why don't you sell chicharrón and salsa verde? So then another person asked for the same thing. So they're like, oh, people's asking for it, so we're going to sell it. So now everybody, a lot of people buys it. And it started like that, like people asking. And then also to mention during Lent, basically, we have a special menu for Lent every Friday. Because as Catholic, we don't eat meat on Friday. So people come up and said, hey, what do you have with no meat today? So we have a special menu for Lent. During the winter, we have menudo, which is a special menu too. So it just changes toward the year to basically satisfy the customer.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense now because if someone comes to the food truck, you've got the menu, printed and all nicely displayed on the side. But then there are also just like a bunch of pieces of paper taped up that have different menu items and stuff. So that makes sense because those are people that are coming and saying, hey, I would love to try, tamales or, whatever it might be. And you're like, okay, if the people want it, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, and my mom be writing them down, handwriting, and you see all those pink ones. Yeah, she does. So it's crazy, but it's...
What is a dish that you didn't have on the menu originally that was suggested by customers and has been like a hit now?
Huaraches.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. For someone who hasn't had a huarache, what is it?
It's basically masa, like a corn dough, is it? With beans, refried beans, the protein, of course, cheese, salsa, which is sour cream too.
They're wonderful.
They're very good, yeah.
Okay, I want to go back to what you said when you guys are conceptualizing the menu for the food truck. I mean, your mom has been cooking for years and years and years, and I'm sure just has like this giant menu of things that she's cooked and is very, very good at. But we're talking about a food truck.
Yeah.
You got to be able to execute all that stuff in a small space, so you got to shrink that menu way down. What was that conversation like, figuring out, okay, we've got all these dishes to choose from, but we've got to condense that into a menu that we can execute on the food truck?
Yeah, first you had to think that everything needs to go.
Right.
You know? So you need to make sure the dishes that you're selling is easy to put them on a box and hand them out. You know, we can't be selling menudo all year round because it's hard to have in a food truck. So we came out with the idea of this is the thing that people already have an idea of that we have in a food truck. You know, we don't sell that many different items than other food trucks, but what is going to differentiate us is the flavor and how we sell them, the quality of the product. Everything has to be fresh. Everything had to be day by day. So I think that's what it really draws to have the menu that we have.
The other thing that separates you is it's the Vampiro Tacos.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other places that sell those, but none that I've experienced that are like that. And I've had so many people, because I went and I had them, and obviously I absolutely loved them, splashed it all over social media. I have had so many people come to me and tell me how much they love those tacos. Like, I shouldn't say never, but I've rarely had so much positive feedback on one dish. For someone who's unaware, what is a Vampiro Taco and what makes these things so crazy beloved?
So basically, there are two grilled tortillas, and they have cheese. Both of them have cheese. It's like, sometimes I see it like a sandwich, you know, with corn tortillas. So you have cheese, and then they have the protein. They have onion and cilantro, and then guacamole. You can say it's pretty simple, but they're so good that people can't resist them, to be honest.
Yeah, I love that you called it a sandwich, because that's what I was thinking as I was eating it, because it's like two deep-fried tortillas that get all crispy, and I was like, this is delicious. Is it a taco? Is it a sandwich? I really don't care what it is. I just want to stuff my face with as many of these as I can.
Yeah.
I've seen versions of this item that have just one tortilla. You guys use two. Why?
So basically, when this Vampiro, my brother gave it the name to Vampiro, but because it was easy to say in Spanish and English, basically, right? But how it came out is like we used to have grilled tortillas back in Mexico. We put the grilled tortillas, you just put cheese on it, right? And then, what do you have left there? Like the leftovers. So you have any protein, so you just put them together, let's go. It's like a to-go kind of sandwich, corn thing to go. So it was easy to have two instead of just one, because one is a tostada, which is different than a Vampiro. Mm-hmm. So we just put them together, and that was just like a to-go thing.
It's so perfect because it's got that extra crunch.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of greasiness. That cheese is so gooey. You got the creamy, just fattiness of the guacamole, and then whatever protein you want. I mean, you could throw baby food in there and I would eat it, but you guys are putting your proteins in there and they're fantastic.
Yeah.
What is your favorite menu item other than the Vampiro Tacos?
Let me ask my dad that. ¿Cuál es tu cosa favorita de la food truck? Que no sea el Vampiro.
Enchiladas.
The enchiladas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't had your enchiladas yet, and I love enchiladas.
You should try them, yeah.
What's the best version, or what's the best protein?
For me, and beans.
Oh, bean enchiladas. Okay.
So like in our town, we only made them from only beans. So it's just a tortilla, goes in this sauce, and then beans. Or many people put cheese and onion inside, or other people just put cheese or just beans. But the original recipe is only beans.
Yeah, the other is chicken or steak. For me, beans.
Just stick with beans. If that's what you recommend, that's what I'm gonna do, because I trust you guys food wise when it comes to your food truck. You guys know what you're doing. Talk to me about lengua, because lengua is one of my favorite proteins, but when you start with beef tongue, it's very tough because that's a muscle that works a lot during the animal's life. How do you guys work to not only impart all that flavor, but get it so tender?
¿Cómo hace para que la lengua esté tan suavecita?
Oh, pues es en la forma de cocer. Porque darle su punto, pues. Sí, porque si se pasa es malo. Si le falta es malo. Si se pasa queda muy aguada.
¿Cuánto tiempo?
2 horas.
They cooked it for 2 hours. They cook for 2 hours with a lot of species on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It comes out wonderfully.
Yeah.
What other protein can we highlight here? I mean, I think I've had all of them now. But if there is one that you were like, okay, if you're coming to Mamona for the first time and you're going to get a couple tacos, this is the protein that we want you to try.
I think al pastor is very good. I mean, personally, I love al pastor. Plus, I don't know if a lot of people know, but we make a special sauce for al pastor, which is the orange each one. That's the one that is especially for pastor. For al pastor, any dish that you have. But when you mix the al pastor protein with that al pastor salsa, it just
pops.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just so good.
What has surprised you and your family most about food truck life?
¿Qué le ha sorprendido más de tener una food truck?
Pues me ha sorprendido que no esperábamos con tanta gente, nos está apoyando mucho. Además, pues gracias a ti que nos apoyaste mucho en el video. Y pues la gente nos está siguiendo.
The amount of people that has come to try our food after videos like yours, the one that you initially made.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Thank you. I mean, I didn't do anything special. I just stuffed my face on camera. You guys are the ones who make awesome food. But that is good to hear. What is it like to have like a food item go viral? Like, did you get when there are just waves of Vampiro Tacos, all of a sudden everybody's coming in and getting the Vampiro? Are you just like, what the heck is going on? Or were you expecting a rush? Like, what are those times like for you?
Oh, let me tell you, when I'm not usually at the food truck, I help them sometimes when, like, festivals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My mom calls me and she's like, I don't know what's going on. Like, everybody's buying this. And I was like, really? So then Violeta, my sister, sent me your video. And I was like, oh, that's why. You know? So it helped a lot. So we had a lot of people to this day that just come to try the Vampiro, which is great. And he just like, I don't know where I start making a lot of Vampiros a day. A lot of them.
So you just mentioned your sister because she's on the food truck commonly too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the family dynamic here because we've got mom, we've got mom, we've got dad, we've got children. Like, how do you guys all interact to make the food truck come to life?
Yeah. So of course, mom, she's the one that cooks.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is like the operations. You know, he'd go to the store.
He's the pretty face out front.
Yeah, he's the customer service. You know, my sister helps a lot to prepare. You know, put the veggies on and stuff. I help more with the stuff behind. You know, like keep update to the permits, pay the taxes, and all that stuff. Everybody has something to do in there, which is pretty cool. Not to mention that my youngest brother has a restaurant now in Harrington, Nebraska.
Really?
And it's called Mamona, too. It's the same LLC. Yeah.
Okay. So that came up in my research, and I was like, what is this? I had no idea. So now that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So if anyone's ever in Harrington, Nebraska, they can experience Mamona, but inside.
Yeah, inside. Yeah, it's a whole restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And I'm glad to know that. And now I kind of want to go to Harrington just for that sole reason.
Yeah.
What is it like to work with family full time? How do you keep business and personal relationships? I don't know if you can keep them separate, but like, how do you find that balance between, hey, we still love each other, but hey, we also need to get the job done here?
Yeah. ¿Cómo va a ser el balance entre la vida de familia y el trabajo, pues?
Pues mucho mejor porque pues yo iba a trabajar toda la noche, dormía todo el día y así ya estoy con ellos y nos ayudamos y pues es mucho mejor.
He said for him is like it's good that everybody has something to do in the business and we all like cooperate to each other. Right? When Violeta can go to help them, I can go, or vice versa. Like everybody helps each other, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys work to separate home life and work life and try and keep those two things differentiated, or does it just kind of all meld?
I think at this point it just melds.
Yeah, it just melds into each other.
Yeah, it does, to be honest.
Okay, so let's go back. You said you started the food truck 3 years ago, so that's about 2023. What do you remember most about opening for the first time?
¿Qué se acuerda más cuando la primera vez que abrió?
Pues que estábamos nerviosos, no sabíamos nada ni por dónde empezar y pues ahí se fueron dando las cosas y ya hasta ahorita pues ya mejoramos muchísimo.
We were very nervous and we didn't know what to do at the beginning, but now with time it has become better.
Well, what were the early responses like? Because obviously now people know and the food truck is popular, but when you first open, nobody outside of your family has really had the food yet. So how did you get the word out, and what was the response from the people?
¿Cómo hizo que se empezara a dar a conocer?
Pues fíjate que no nos damos a conocer, hasta empezamos y estaba muy mal las ventas, queríamos renunciar, pero la gente fue probando y nos fue siguiendo, nos fue recomendando. Pero 2 o 3 meses ya queremos correr.
They said for the first 2 to 3 months it was very hard because people, of course, didn't know the food truck. We were about to give up. That's what they said. 3 months into it, but then people started liking it, and then it's my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
people
word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So you talk about being close to giving up and I can only imagine how hard that time period was when you had those moments when you get really low and when it seems like this just isn't going to work out. What did you guys do as a family to stay strong and be like, no, this is our dream. We're going to stick to this, and it is going to work. How did you stay positive in those low times?
Yeah, something that I really love about my parents is that they are a lot of faith, not only on God, but in themselves, in their work. So I remember my dad especially saying, like, no, let's keep going. It's going to work. It's going to work. He keeps saying that, like, it was going to work. It was going to work. And it's working, But I think faith in what you do and who you are, that's what really kept us together and kept us to keep trying every day.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's something to, like you said, having that faith in yourself and saying, yeah, maybe business is slow right now, but we know our product, what we're putting out of this truck, is incredible. And if people have it, they're going to love it. We just have to stay the course and trust that this is going to come through. And eventually it came through. When did you really start feeling comfortable as a family, like not only not worried about, hey, is this business going to succeed, but being comfortable on a food truck and figuring out what all your processes look like, what family member is going to handle what? Like, when did you really start to feel like dialed in with Mamona?
¿Cuándo fue cuando empezó a decir, eso está funcionando? ¿Cuándo es que está haciendo?
Pues sí, pues ya cuando vi que sí se nos estaba vendiendo, porque los primeros días vendemos $30, otro día 60, entonces...
¿Pero cuándo fue? ¿Cuándo fue el momento en que dijo, eso está bien?
A los 3 meses. Mamona, no more help. This is close. No more. Ay, espera. And now it's 3 months.
You made it through those first 3 months, and then it was good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
After 3 months, that's when we figure everything was gonna be okay.
Okay. You guys typically park off 36th and Q.
Yeah.
How did you find that location, or what made that location where you wanted to post up?
¿Cómo encontró esa ubicación ahí?
Allí, pues yo vi que estaba otra trailita y luego se fue. En esos días se fue. Entonces fuimos y dijo que ya no estaba. Entonces llegamos nosotros.
So there used to be a food truck there, a Salvadorian food truck.
Yeah.
And then he stopped seeing it, and then he walked into the to the gas station and asked about it. And they said, "Oh yeah, they're gone." So then they say, "Oh, can I talk to someone so I can start parking here?" That's how they ended up with the place.
I mean, that's genius, though, because people are already used to there being a food truck there. So even though it's a different cuisine, you still have kind of that expectation of, oh, you know, I'm here on my lunch break.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a food truck. Let's check it out.
Yes.
When you look at the future of Mamona and you think about it, what do you see?
¿Qué piensa que es el futuro de Mamona? ¿Cómo va a ser el futuro?
Yo pienso que es crecer. O sea, de hecho estamos buscando un local ya. Local y seguir creciendo, pues.
We would like to grow. Our hope is to soon open a restaurant, a place now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In Omaha now.
I know that's hard. I know
I
that
know.
I'm not going to like put your feet to the fire and ask about where you're at in that process, but that is very exciting.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait because, I mean, not only does that allow people to sit down, but I imagine, again, this is up to you guys, but I imagine that would allow you to expand that menu out, and all of a sudden, maybe mole is something that's offered, or there are dishes that, you know, some of those special birthday meals you talked about, when it doesn't have to come in a to-go box and you can plate it, all of a sudden that's back on the menu.
Yes. Yeah, so we've been working on it. Now that we have my brother with experience on it, on his own restaurant, we're working into finding a good place for us in Omaha.
Oh, I'm excited. I was excited before. Now I'm really excited. I want to get you out of here on this question. I mean, we've talked about how this was a dream. This was something that your family has wanted to do for a long time before you got it set up. Now you are giving people in Omaha, people like me, someone who's never been to Jalisco, never been to Mexico, and might never go, a chance to experience those flavors, get that real authentic taste. How meaningful is that for you and your family that you're giving people like me like a piece of your culture that I would never get to experience if not for you?
Yeah, I think it's very, very important to share what we believe is great about our cuisine or our culture with people that had never experienced or will never experience it, because that's bringing our own flavors, our own culture, our own traditions too. Because cuisine is not only making a dish, but is actually connecting to our family that came before us. You know, like some of the recipes that my mom has, they belong to my great grandmother. So it's just going by generation, and now it's sharing it with a lot of people in Omaha. That's so great. It feels so good to have people come and look for my mom's food, you know, thinking, not knowing that those recipes don't even belong to my mom. It belongs to people that came before us. And it just fills our hearts to think that people loves the food.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing to think back that you're paying homage to multiple generations, and now you're helping so many people experience the flavors that people way in the past created.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful to you guys for creating this, for having the vision, for sticking with it even when it was hard in the beginning. And I'm sure there are plenty of days now when it's hard, not just in the beginning. But thank you so much, because yes, I've had Mexican food and I've had some great versions of Mexican food, but this specifically, it is something very special, and I would not have experienced it without you. So thank you for all the hard work that you put in, and thank you for coming on the podcast to share about it today.
Thank you for having us. We would like to see you more often there.
I would love to come more often, so you'll see me again.
All righty.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Omaha, as always, thanks for eating with us.